If you have ever whispered to yourself, I've tried everything and nothing works, I said it too. I said it in the car with tears running down my face and food crumbs on my shirt. I've said it in dressing rooms holding clothes that I could not get zipped. And I have said it after every failed diet when that number on the scale just wouldn't budge. But I need you to hear me. You're not broken. You're not weak. The truth is, you've just been taught to fix the wrong thing first. And until I learned this for myself, until I really, really understood it, I stayed stuck in a body and a life that just did not feel like mine. Today, I'm going to show you what actually works and why mindset must come first if you ever want lasting weight loss and healing and food freedom. But here's what I wish someone had told me way back then when I started. It wasn't the plan that was broken. It was the mindset that was unhealed. So, little story. There was a day, and I really remember this day so vividly. I was sitting in the car outside of a restaurant, or it might have been a fast food place, and I was just like eating like everything. And I was crying and I was just screaming like, why can't I stop doing this? I had spent money on this gym membership and I wasn't even using it. And I was telling myself that this time was going to be different, but it really wasn't. And I couldn't figure it out. Like, I had all the information, I had my plan, and I knew it all like the back of my hand. But I didn't have the belief. So I didn't believe that I could change. And really deeper than that, I didn't believe that I deserved to. I had like tied my self-worth to my weight for so long that I thought I was not worthy of being healthy until I became someone else. My mind was still repeating those same toxic loops. So I was saying things to myself like, you always fail, or you're too far gone, or this is who you are now. No food plan in the world can fix a mind that is already preparing to fail. And so that's when I realized I had to rewire my brain first before I could ever heal my body. So let's talk about why change feels so incredibly impossible sometimes. Because most people, think weight loss starts in the kitchen or in the gym. But if your mind doesn't believe it's safe to change, then you will undo every single step forward. Your brain is wired to avoid discomfort and change at all cost, even good change, because it feels unsafe. So if you grow up using food to cope, to celebrate, to numb, food isn't just food, right? It becomes your best friend. So your only comfort, your way of just disappearing. So even when we want to get healthy, a part of us panics. That is why we sabotage. That is why we give up, why we call ourselves failures. But listen to me. You are not a failure. You are someone who was just never taught how to heal the root cause. And the root cause is in your mindset. This is why people who've tried everything must start with mindset first. Mindset isn't just about being positive either. It's about actually reprogramming the part of your brain that believes that you'll always be like this, that you're too far gone, that you don't deserve to be happy in your body. Those beliefs can be heavy, right? And until we unpack them, There's no meal plan or fitness tracker that is ever going to be enough. Here's what no one told me for the first 20 years of my weight loss journey. You don't lose weight by punishing your body. You lose weight by healing your relationship with yourself. And that healing starts with your mindset. So if you still believe that food is your only comfort, if you believe that weight loss equals misery, if you believe that success is temporary, you will sabotage yourself over and over and over again. And not because you're a failure, but because your subconscious mind is wired to protect you from pain at all costs. And change, no matter how good it is so terrifying when your mind is screaming, do not trust this. This is why mindset change is not optional. It's not a bonus. It is the foundation. So let me show you how I started shifting my mindset and how you can too. So step one, we're going to recognize that loop. So most of us run on autopilot. We think thousands and thousands of thoughts a day, and so many of them are quietly sabotaging us. So start by simply noticing that internal narrative. What do you say when you mess up? You step on the scale. What do you say? You do something amazing. How do you talk to yourself? Here's the trick. Anytime you feel this surge of emotion, I want you to pause and write down what you were just thinking. This step is about building awareness because you can't change what you don't even realize is happening. I want you to try this. Start a thought journal for 7 days. You can do anything for 7 days. Create 2 columns. The first one, what happened, and the second one, what I thought about it. This practice alone can reveal the stories that you have been carrying for years. Step 2, interrupt that story. When you catch those negative thoughts coming in, don't argue with them. That just gives them power. Instead, I want you to interrupt them. So I want you to say, nope, that's not my story anymore. Or that thought doesn't get to run the show today. Or that's old programming and I am upgrading. It can sound kind of weird, I know, but just trust me. And literally say it out loud if you have to. This will disrupt the pattern that just gives your brain a chance to reroute. So try this. Pick a short interrupt phrase that feels powerful and make it personal and use it every single time that your inner critic shows up. Mine was, not today, sabotage. I've got healing to do. Yours could be, I'm choosing me now, or that's not my truth anymore. Step 3, replace it with a truth. So nature abhors a vacuum. So if you remove that toxic thought, you are going to need to fill that space with a healing one. This is where you're going to start rewriting the story of who you are. Here's what I began repeating to myself. I can change. I am so worth taking care of. And progress is enough. And my story is not over. These weren't just affirmations either. They were acts of war against my old identity. So try this. Create your own power phrase list. Make notes on your phone. You can set it as your lock screen. I've done that before. Say them in the mirror. Always say them in the mirror. That's what I do for sure. And even when you don't believe them yet, speak them. Because belief is going to be built through repetition, not perfection. Step 4, stack wins and not rules. This one really changed the game for me because instead of chasing that perfection or sticking to 20 complicated rules that I've set for myself, I started focusing on just one thing, and I stacked tiny, winnable victories. because momentum builds faster than motivation, and wins create proof that you are changing. And here's what counted as wins for me. So I might not feel good today, but I got up anyway and did the day or whatever I was going to do. Workout, meal prep. The other day, for example, I did not feel like meal prepping, but I did. I just did it. And it's helped so much. That is a win. If I choose broccoli over junk, that's a win. Drinking water all day, that's a win. Walking for even 5 minutes is a win. And I would take deep breaths instead of snapping, which is a major win for me. And I did not weigh myself obsessively. Huge win. And this one is just a life-changing win for me. I talk to myself with kindness. So I want you to try this. Start a win log and every day write down at least 3 wins. No matter how small they are, celebrate them. This is going to retrain your brain to look for progress instead of failure. And so you don't have to do this perfectly. You just need to do it consistently. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you train it with truth, compassion, and courage, the more it will support your healing instead of sabotaging it. I know that you're tired. I know you're frustrated. And I know that you might have been at war with your body for a long time. But please hear me. You do not need another diet. You do not need to be fixed. You need to believe that you are worth healing. And that belief, it doesn't come from a scale. It comes from inside. It comes from your mindset. When you start to believe new things about yourself, then you're going to start to become someone new. And that's when everything changes. If I could go back and talk to the version of me who was 200 pounds heavier than I am now and was completely hopeless, I wouldn't give her a diet and I wouldn't give her a bunch of rules to follow. I would give her hope by saying, you don't have to earn your worth. You already have it. And I'd tell her, healing is possible. You are not too far gone, and your mindset is the key to the door that you've been banging on for years. Start there, and the rest will come. Once you start healing your mind, your body will follow. And when you begin stacking wins instead of chasing perfection, the journey finally becomes something that you can live with. Here's what I want to know, and drop your answer in the comments. What is one thought that you're ready to let go of? And what's one truth that you are going to replace it with? And remember, you've got this. I'm with you. Thank you for being a part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of yours. Now, I'm going to go for a walk. It is raining like crazy, but guess what? The rain does not stop us from moving. We put our raincoats on and our rain hats and boots and we go for a walk. So until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. See you then. Bye.